A lack of quality child care in Louisiana is costing state businesses millions of dollars each year. That's according to a new study that came out today. Elizabeth Vowell has a look at the bottom line. Hey, Elizabeth.
Cheryl, the study is from LSU's Public Policy Research Lab, and it looks at two things: how employees are affected by a lack of child care and how businesses are hurt because parents have to stay home. The study reports around 40% of working parents with young kids missed work because of child care issues. 1 in 6 surveyed quit their jobs due to those issues, and 1 in 13 were actually fired. The study estimates those absences and turnovers alone cost businesses $816 million a year.
This is because employers have to invest in things like temporary workers, and there's lost productivity there.
The study's author believes cuts to state programs that help parents afford child care have only made the issue worse. Coming up on 9 News at 6, hear from one couple and their struggles with finding child care as they work full time. Greg.
All right, Elizabeth, thank you for that. Childcare is a necessity for working parents, but it's an expensive one, and a new study shows parents aren't the only ones paying.
Economists believe that the state's businesses could be losing millions when child care issues keep parents at home. Elizabeth Vowell has a look.
Yeah. This quiet moment alone is rare for Allison and Earl Kagler. Both Allison and her husband work full-time, and with 2 young boys at home, coordinating child care dominates their schedules.
It's hard. Sometimes I have to work late and daycare closes at 6, and sometimes I can't get out.
And their pocketbooks.
We're thinking about having another child, trying to add to the family. And one of the big things she kept saying is, well, how are we going to afford another kid in daycare?
According to a new study from LSU and partners, nearly 20% of the Louisiana workforce are parents with young kids, meaning child care is a necessity, costing parents an average of $5,600 a year.
It's definitely a big demand, especially whenever I do find we have a lot of single parents. And I mean, they can't work and keep their children.
The study also claims a lack of child care and early education options are costing businesses big. Researchers surveyed working parents across the state and found that 40% had recently missed work due to child care issues. 1 in 6 said they had to quit their job, and 1 in 13 said they'd been fired. Economists with the study believe that turnover alone cost employers $816 million a year.
And as a result of that, businesses have to invest dollars in training and hiring new workers, and so these are not trivial costs to employers.
The study's authors also believe lawmakers could help by putting more money into the state's child care assistance program, which helps provide quality child care for low-income working families. The program has been slashed nearly 70% over the last decade, but with the current budget issues, researchers say that option isn't likely. Elizabeth Vowell, WAFB 9 News.
The study also estimates the state loses about $84 million in tax revenue when parents can't work due to child care problems.
Welcome back. Well, there seems to be a shortage of child care options in Louisiana. Fox 44's Shay O'Connor was at a meeting today to look into possible solutions. She has that story for you.
LSU is holding a meeting right here at the Press Club of Baton Rouge to discuss how the lack of child care impacts Louisiana's workforce. According to a study conducted by LSU called Losing Ground, 1 in 13 Louisiana workers with young children will be fired due to child care issues.
There's been very little attention nationally and certainly locally given to the benefits of access to quality early care from the perspective of the parent and the employer of the parent.
Belinda Davis says this is due to the lack of knowledge about the importance of care for children.
Well, we surveyed Louisiana residents with children under the age of 4, and we asked them questions about how often they had missed work due to child care over the past 90 days. And so over 40% of our respondents said that they had worked and missed at least 1 day of work over a 90-day period.
Melanie Bronfman with the Louisiana Policy Institute for Children says she hopes legislators will pay attention to this matter.
Our Child Care Assistance Program, which is our only state program that helps working parents be able to get to work and afford child care, that has been cut by almost 70% in the last 8 years. And so we'd love to see that, even as tough as it is, our financial picture as a state, to start to restore the funding for that program.
Shay O'Connor, Fox 44 News.
A new study is finding that many Louisiana parents struggle to balance family life and their careers. The report found more than 16% of parents quit their jobs because they can't find child care. More than 18% say they scaled back from full-time work to take care of their kids. Women and single parents were more likely to be affected by insufficient access to child care. You can read more about this story on our news partner's website, theneworleansadvocate.com.
A new study shows many Louisiana parents are struggling to balance their family life with their careers. The report found more than 16% of parents quit their jobs because they couldn't find child care. More than 18% said they went from working full-time to part-time so they could care for their children. Women and single parents were more likely to be affected with insufficient access to child care. You can read more about the story on our news partner's website, theneworleansadvocate.com.
A new study reveals what happens to businesses when parents can't afford to or can't find reliable child care.
The study surveyed parents around Louisiana. Many say they've missed work or even had to quit their job because they could not find or afford child care. The study claims those issues cost employers $816 million a year. It also revealed a state program that helped parents pay for child care has been slashed by almost 70% since 2008. A new study reveals what happens to businesses in Louisiana when parents can't afford or find reliable child care. The study surveyed parents around the state. Many say they've missed work or even had to quit their job because they could not find or afford child care. The study claims those issues cost employers $816 million a year. And it also revealed a state program that helped parents pay for child care has been slashed by almost 70% since 2008.